traders? Happy Monday. This is SageFT from the Live Trading Desk coming at you one more time with another Mindset Monday. All right, this morning what I'm going to talk about here is I'm going to talk about my morning routine, or the morning routine of a professional trader. Let's get it in terms of the broader audience here. Let's not put the focus on me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my morning routine as the example. Okay, so now I live on the west coast of the United States. I am the earliest time zone besides Hawaii and Alaska. And so I wake up very, very early. I wake up at 3:30 a.m. I get the dogs out of the kennels and I begin to make my drinks that I need and take my vitamins. The dogs and I go for a run. We do some exercising. And then now what we can do is we can talk about when I enter the office, what am I actually doing? All right, so I enter the office after I exercise, after I've gotten ready. And the first thing that I work on before I open the charts is I work on everything else that needs to be done. Now, remember, I run a business, and so I have to work with the team on several different things because they are 9 hours ahead of me. So it is noon or 1 p.m. when I meet with them, and so we get everything done that needs to be completed, such as website work, coaching work, work with the team, and recording if need be. Next, I open the charts. My routine is the same every single day, and I'm just going to put it right on the screen so you can see it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the lay of the land. All right, so I'm going to start looking through all my charts. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the daily, weekly. I'm going to start looking on my own before I start the stream. I'm going to get my opinion before I start the stream. Once I start the stream, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my trading view. In my trading view, I'm going to first look at the daily chart. What I'm going to look at on the daily chart is range, prior points of interest, trend lines, highs, lows, and I'm going to start formulating the opinion. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look at the 4 hour. I'm going to do the same exact thing. We're going to be looking at the KISS chart on all of my time frames. If I don't mention it again, you'll hear it now. 4 hour KISS chart, we're looking for the same thing. We're looking to see where the supply and demand could come, and that's where we're going to be looking to trade. We're going to do the same thing on the 15-minute chart. Now, I never deviate from what I'm doing. I'm doing this same thing every morning. Look, if I bring this back over, trading view, 1 day, narrow range or not, 4 hour, support and resistance, KISS chart, 15 minutes, support and resistance. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to go down into NinjaTrader, and we're going to go do the same thing again. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the 15-minute support and resistance, okay, which is here, which would be in the KISS chart, support and resistance, NinjaTrader. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to my NinjaTrader charts. On my NinjaTrader charts, the first thing I'm going to look at is the 15-minute KISS chart. Then I'm going to look at the volume profile, and I'm going to find my VPOCs of the prior days, okay, which we'll see here. So we have kind of what we'd be looking at here. All right, and then after we go to the volume profile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 2-minute KISS chart. I'm going to find my trend, okay, and then I'm going to go to the 2-minute candles, and I'm going to start dialing in. This would be on my entry chart. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my news. I'm going to make sure that I have the correct news for the week. All right. And then after that, I'm going to pull up my x.com and I'm going to go to Adam Mancini 4, just like you see here. Now, what does this have to do with Mindset Monday? I'm so glad you asked. This is a morning routine. Your mindset should be focusing on a routine. Humans have patterns. We have pattern recognition. We have to use patterns in our daily life. Do you get out of your bed on the same side every day? Probably so. So when we get out of bed on the right side every day, right? That's you got out of bed on the wrong side this morning. Oh, that's a literal term. If you get out of bed on the opposite side, it's going to throw your day off. Try it. When we're in the mindset of a regular routine, our brain can focus on what's next. We don't have to think about it. Oh, okay, after I look at the 15-minute chart, what am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. What's the first thing I'm going to look at when I come in every single morning? Narrow range. Am I inside or outside the narrowest range of the last 7 days? That's the mindset. I'm already in it. I already know what I'm looking for. I don't have to think about it. Now, what I want to point out is I highly recommend for your mindset, don't trade within the first 15 minutes of sitting down at your desk. I highly recommend don't trade within the first hour of being awake. How many of you wake up, wipe the coal out your eye, sit down at the desk? First trade loses. I did that for years, right? So I know what that mindset is. This is an easy thing. I'm just going to come in here and swoop it up and roll out. Okay, look, you can come in, swoop it up, and roll out after you've figured out how to trade. Let me tell you right here, right now, if you're at a real prop firm and you're at like the Manhattan office, let's say you're Goldman Sachs, let's say you work at a hedge fund, you're not showing up 15 minutes before the market opens. You're fired. So we have to be in the mindset of a professional trader. A professional trader is fully prepared for the session. That means they've eaten properly, they've exercised properly, they're breathing properly, they've done the meditations that they need to do. Those are the things that I do every single morning. Before I turn on the charts, before I talk with the team, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do absolutely nothing for just a couple minutes. Try it. It's one of the most liberating things you're going to do. It feels very, very selfish at first, right? Because you're like, oh man, but I could be doing this and I could be doing that. No, what you need to do is sit your ass down and do nothing. Quiet your mind. Here's the deal. If you're focused on everything that's outside of these walls, your office, if your brain is focusing on anything that is not here forward, aka the charts, you're not prepared. And the guy over at Goldman, he's just going to welcomely steal your money. Or matter of fact, he doesn't have to steal it. He doesn't have to put his hand in your pocket. He's literally just going to go like this. And you're going to go, You're going to drop the shekels right in his hand because he showed up 2 hours early. He ate a low-carb breakfast, right? He's got protein in him. He's got a little bit of caffeine to get him that little bit of move, right? He's prepared. He's looked at his charts. He's ready to take your money. This is the biggest money game in the world, so the mindset has to be right. Okay, I'm going into battle. Am I fully prepared for battle? Do I have my suit on? Is my armor correct? Do I have the right weaponry? How do you know? You don't know just by coming in, sitting down, turning the computer on, talking to the chat while you're waiting for the charts to start up. Does that sound familiar to anybody in here? I did it for years. I lost for years and years and years. If I can save one person from losing like I did by working on their mindset just a little bit, even in this little gray area of, is this really a Mindset Monday topic? Absolutely, because how are you starting your day? One thing that I didn't mention in the beginning of this, I'm listening to my affirmations the whole time from when I wake up till I start trading. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning in the live trading desk. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn the notifications bell to on so you know when we're streaming and when we provide content. Thanks, everybody. Once again, this is SageFT from the live trading desk. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks.